Hey, friends. Today on the Creative Shop Talk podcast, let's talk about taking care of your business and yourself during these kind of crazy, uncertain times. I'm going to share a little bit of hope, inspiration, encouragement, and strategies for us to get through these times. So it's unprecedented times, everything's changing daily, but let's work on focus on what we can. You're not alone. Listen up. Running a creative retail business really shouldn't be so hard. I'm Wendy Batten, and this is the Creative Shop Talk podcast. Hey there, friends, and welcome. Today I am doing my Creative Shop Talk podcast live, also simultaneously sharing it on my Facebook page, because what I have to share today is, I think, important, and I wanted to get the message out to, I guess, a little more than just my podcast audience. So I wanted to talk to you today about everything that's going on and how we can take care of our business and ourselves during this really crazy time, right? It's pretty uncertain times. So these are unprecedented times in business. We all know it. I mean, there's been lots of other times, hurricanes, 9/11, anthrax, lots of other things, but this is a global hard time. It's happening everywhere. It's unprecedented. So I wanted to come on because there are a lot of big feelings. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of uncertainty. And I have spent the last week helping and encouraging fellow creative shop owners, a lot of my retailers that I work one-on-one with. I work in my groups, in my inner circle. I've had industry leaders reach out. We've been trying to band together to try to help retailers ease that fear. To be honest, it's fear, right? We're all scared about what's happening, and trying to chart through these, what are they called? Uncharted waters, I guess is the best way to look at it. And so I don't have all the answers, and I encourage you and want to remind you that anybody that tells you they do, they don't. None of us do. But what we can do is help navigate the waters together, and some suggestions and some encouragement as we go through this. So right now, it's a time for us to be flexible and a time for us to be adaptable. We are not used to that. We like to have control, especially as business owners. There's a certain predictability to what is happening, to our day, our schedule, and everything is upside down right now. As of the recording of this message or this podcast, and this video, schools are being closed and things are happening quite rapidly, and they're changing hour by hour. So I'm sure it's changed again since this, but there's still retailers open at this time, although I believe they are strongly recommending that everybody in North America at this time close. Also, my personal opinion, we need to be very prudent on this. But let's band together and support one another. That is the key to getting through this. That is the key to us all feeling a little bit more in control if we have other people helping us. I wanted to talk about a few ways and strategies that we can come together, and I want you to think of a few different things, and hopefully these strategies will help you. So the first strategy and the first idea and the first plan of attack, if you will, is that you have to take care of yourself. If we fail, if we go down, the ship goes down. I hate saying it that way, but we need to fight off this virus. We need to stay safe. We need to practice self-isolation. We need to do all the things they're telling us to do. But more than that, we also need to feel our feelings. We need to be okay with taking a pity party if that's what we need. I have dealt with lots of retailers in the last, it's been just like 10 days, like it's been, kind of slowly coming, and it's more rapid and more rapid. But some retailers and some of us personally, we just need a little more. We need to feel all those feelings and be okay with the pity party. We don't want to live there. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But we do need to be okay and acknowledge our feelings. Personally, I've been trying to give as much as I can, but I've been leaning in on my community, my coaches, my mentors. And most evenings I am just taking care of myself. I have to just kind of regroup and feel the feelings, cry the tears, sleep, rest, whatever I need to do. But we all need to feel our feelings and be okay with a little bit of a pity party. This is a hard time, especially if you've had to close your store, the uncertainty of it all. It's really difficult for all of us. The next thing is making sure that we are watching our diet. I'm not a nutritionist or anything like that. If you know me, you know that I'm just trying my best to stay healthy. So this is not a time to dive into the crappy food and the comfort foods where I personally want to go. I'm trying really hard to, eat well, be well, so that my brain and so I can focus, because if I feel bad, I'm going to feel bad about everything going on in the world. I'm also encouraging you to get outside, exercise, being outside, the endorphins from outside in just 15 minutes. Outside is still open at the time of this recording. We can still go freely for walks and, fresh air, getting outside, whatever you can do, just puttering in your garden, even, it's good for us to get a mindset shift, I think. I also encourage you to limit the news that you input. I call it input. we call it input, what's coming into us. If there's something urgent that happens in between our scheduled times of watching news, we will know. We will be fine. Somebody will let us know. I try to limit it to 15 to 30 minutes a day at the very max. I watch twice a day. Anything more than that, and I'm feeling just so heavy, and it's too much, right? So do what we have to do, learn what you have to learn, but it's coming at us, and you all know what I'm talking about. It's coming at us from everywhere. So all of the things. Let's just limit all of the things coming in at us. Another thing to do to take care of yourself is breathe. Just remember to breathe. It sounds funny, but that is one of the things that I forget to do. And to be honest, I need to be reminded when I'm starting to feel anxious. It's like, okay, we just need to breathe, right? So our reaction of they say it's fight, flight, or freeze. And we need to make sure that we're keeping our bodies as healthy. Our bodies are going through a lot of things, not just our minds, but our bodies as well. So again, the exercise is good for that. The fresh air is good for that. The diet, all of the things are so much better for us. And again, it's okay to have our pity party and then, move on. But we do need to keep ourselves and make ourselves stay healthy. One of the things on the how to take care of ourselves list for me is I was encouraged by one of my coaches to make a happy list. What can I do today that would make me happy? Like, what do I have control of? What can I do today to make me happy? So, where can I find joy in the day? So even with all the stuff happening, what can I do to find joy? So I've been doing that. I'm not a journaler. I'm not a journaler at all, but I've also been writing down every day, and not because I don't believe in it, by the way, just because I can't keep that habit up and I just can't do it. But I've been trying to practice gratitude as well. So 3 things a day. I was encouraged to do 3 things a day, not repeating them. So it's really helping to find the good in things. And again, finding things that give me joy in a day and what makes me happy. What can I do to make myself happy today? Simple pleasures are the best. We hear that all the time, and it's true. So what can make me happy? Maybe it's just tidying. Yesterday, to be honest, it was just tidying up a bookshelf in my living room. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but that's what I did. Another day, I painted a little piece of furniture that's been bugging me, and I just wanted to paint it, and I did. Totally doesn't make sense. I have so much to do, but that's what made me happy that day. So find joy in I call it the happy list. What we can do? So we've taken care of ourselves, or we're taking care of ourselves. The next thing we can do after our pity party, start being proactive in what we do. So start being proactive for our business, for our family, for everything. One of the things that's making a lot of retailers feel the fear is it's because of the unknown and the loss of control, right? We've lost control of everything. One thing we can do is take control of our schedule. So sit down and make a schedule. It might be loosey-goosey. You might have to adapt and pivot, but just having a schedule in place and taking control of the things we can take control of and that we can control really will help focus your attention and help ease that fear a little bit, because we have a schedule, we have a plan, we have things we're doing, even if it's just day by day, hour by hour. That's how I've been operating. It's been day by day, pretty much like morning, afternoon, trying to fit things in, trying to have a schedule, trying to stay on schedule, and just being proactive in that way. So just make sure you have a schedule. If you have to, find somebody to be accountable with you, if a little tiny bit. I mean, just a friend or a coworker or somebody in your community. The third thing to take care of your business is to keep communication open with your clients. So if you're a shop owner, majority of you listening are creative shop owners, we can't disappear. This is not the time for us to disappear on our people. we've built these communities and we have these wonderful ways of connecting with them. I know you might not all feel like connecting with them, and that's a-okay. Again, reminder, take care of yourself first, but keep communication open. If you are not up to Facebook Lives and jumping in and talking to them, that's okay. Send emails, do some posts. They need to hear from you. They want to hear from you. They need a distraction as well too. We are in an incredible industry to be able to, as a creative group, for most of you listening, we are in a position now to help people be on their happy list. Like, what can you do? Like, we can talk for days about, easy projects that you can do with your kids, or we can talk for days on what we find simple, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, are, and ideas, and we're idea and creative people. That's what people need right now. Give them some help, give them some ideas. You know your customers, you know your people, you've built that clientele up, you know them, they want to hear from you. How can you help them? So that's the question I always like to ask myself right now. What do they need? What do people need from me? And how can I help them right now? Those are the questions I've asked myself with my creative shop owners, and these are the questions I would ask myself as a shop owner. And it's a good question, right? So right now they're looking for distraction. They know, like, and trust you. They want you to use your talents and your abilities and all the things that you have. And I'm telling you right now, it's a-okay. If you have the ability to help somebody, I have one retailer who has beautiful workshops. She does great workshops. She's put the kids together. She's on Facebook now. She's like, are you home? Are you stuck? She knows her people. She knows what they want. And they're like, heck yeah, we're home. We're stuck. We're not feeling, we're just staring at the TV, which is not good. Nobody wants to be doing that right now. How can you distract me? And she's like, here you go. She's got kids. So they're picking them up at the door. We're getting creative on how we can serve our customers. We are doing curbside pickup. People are doing deliveries, local deliveries. There's things that we all need to adapt, and, we can't all do all the same things, right? Virtual workshops. If you can go online and teach your workshops online, ask yourself, what do they need and what do I have? This is going to also help you feel good about helping them. It's also going to help your business. We need to keep business going. It's okay. I mean, it's not okay if you are that guy that's like hoarding all the Clorox wipes and then doubling them down or increasing your prices like tenfold because it's something that people want. That's slimy business. It's not slimy business for us to be saying, here's what I have that can help you. You're welcome to want it, to do it. So be of service, continue doing what you always did on Facebook or Instagram, or however you're connecting with your clients. Send them regular emails, tell them, talk about it, tell them, say, hey, I know you're probably home and you're feeling bored, and just want to remind you that we're here. It's also, in my opinion, okay for you to say, in order for us to keep our business going, we need your support. That needs to be worded right. It needs to be said right. You need to know your people. But 99.9% of the people that I have spoken to, my retailers, they know their people, and those conversations are okay to have with your people. I think not talking about it, I think ignoring it. This is my personal opinion. I know everybody has a different opinion, but I'm just sharing. I think not talking about what's happening is probably worse, in my opinion. It's like this company is not even acknowledging that these things are happening. We're not big brand. We're not Walmart. We're not, big giant companies that are cold-hearted. We are heart-centered creative shop owners selling to people that we know, love, and trust too. We know, love, and trust. So know, love, and trust your customers. The next thing I want to say on that is you are not your customer. So I've had conversations with creative shop owners who are like, everybody's broke and no one's going to want to buy online. That's not true. We are not our customers. We might be creative shop owners running paycheck to paycheck, and we're really nervous about our money. There's lots of people out there who have a healthy bank account, who want to support you, who will buy your gift certificates. If you tell them that we're looking to sell, if you're going to be in next month, we'd love if you could support us now, buy a gift certificate. I've seen those posts, and I have purchased gift certificates because they're businesses that I don't want to see fail. Like, they're local businesses here that I know are struggling and they're trying to keep their staff on or whatever. If it comes from a place of heart, it's totally fine. So don't assume that your customer is you. Don't assume that they don't have money and they're not going to buy online. They're not you. If that's your situation right now and you're panicking about money, that's not necessarily your customer. So remember, bring yourself back. Think about your customer. Who is your ICA, your ideal customer, the person that you love? Think of all of your customers. You know who I'm talking about. You know those people. You know they're going to support you. So you need to be out there for them. So I just want to encourage you to keep getting creative and be creative on how you're showing up, offering value and offering solutions to your customers as well. So, and remember, there's lots of ways we can serve our customers. Even if you don't have a fancy setup online, you can still take old-fashioned over the phone. You can send them PayPal invoices. There's just all kinds of ways. Curbside pickup, run out to the car for them. Keep yourself safe, keep them safe, but keep your business running. So the next thing I want to talk about is making use of this possible downtime. I call it CEO downtime now. So we all need to put our CEO hats on, our boss hats, our queen bee hats, whatever you are calling yourself. But if you are the business owner, if you are running your shop and you are the creative shop owner, this is a really okay time for us to get all those things done that maybe we've been putting off. So probably meaning for me and for most of my retailers, it's a reshift in how we're going to handle Q2 and Q3 and readjusting all the things. It's a really great time if you were always planning on painting the shop walls. Let's be proactive in our time use with what's happening right now. Let's have our pity party if we need it, but then just keep moving on. Let's keep doing things. Maybe this is the time that you are going to be building your email list, redoing your website, taking new photos in the shop. We all have that list of things that we really wish we had time to do. This is the time. Let's do them. I've had several, again, calls this week. Actually, this morning alone, I had a call with somebody who said, I've always wanted a new POS system. She had it all picked out. She knows what she wants. This is just a really good time now for her to get it, hook it up. This is also telling our brains that we're still working. We're not scared of the future. Things are going to keep moving forward. And aren't we going to feel proud of ourselves for getting all these things done? So keep a schedule, keep things moving forward. If you're in the shop and you're, obviously not a lot of foot traffic right now, this is the time for you to, take those phone orders, but in between, paint those walls and do all the things. There's people out there looking for work right now. So it is not crazy to think about if you have, you want to set up your online shop and that's not something, you're not a tech person. Hello, that would be me. There's people out there looking for work. So reach out, ask around, ask your own personal Facebook community, do you know anybody? So you might have jobs that need done and people are sitting at home, total ability to work virtually, to load up all your products into your website or something along, whatever it is that you need, set up your email, all those things. There's people around that can help. So reach out if you don't know anybody. We'll help you find something as well too. So one retailer I have, she's catching up on her bookkeeping and getting it all automated. So she's working with a bookkeeper. She's making good CEO use of this time. So that's the other thing. So the fifth thing I'd love for you to think about as you are trying to keep your business running and taking care of your business and taking care of yourself during this time is finding a community, finding a tribe, finding your people and connecting. It's so important right now. I actually read a thing yesterday that said one of our fight, flight, fear, freeze things to combat that is community. It's having some community. So we feel, it goes back to the original days of we feel safer when we have a community. If it's a community of, peers, if it's a community of local business people get together. I've heard of retailers connecting, like local not chambers, but local friends just all getting together creating a Facebook group and getting together that way. I run a free Facebook community called Rockstar Creatives. You are welcome to join us there. The link will be on at wendybatten.com/podcast. You can join us there with the show notes. If you're watching this live on Facebook, I'll put the link up after. I just wanted to come on and share a lot of these little things because community does matter. It does matter that we find people, we find our tribe, as they say. This situation has united the world. It is unprecedented that the whole world is dealing with this at this time. So yeah, we need to band together. We need to find support. We need to find solutions. We need to stay safe. We need to get this under control, right? So that we can carry on with our businesses. So again, really uncertain and scary times. Adaptability and flexibility are the two words I really want you to think about during all of this, because it's really, really important. So just to recap, we're going to remind you to take care of yourself, get proactive, connect with your customers, keep serving your customers, and be totally creative and supportive to your customers as well. Make use of this CEO time and find a community or a tribe or people or whatever you need to feel supported. It's super important. So please feel free to join our Creative Rockstar Facebook group. That's totally free, no strings, nothing. Just join us. We're having conversations over there. We're continuing the dialogue. We're talking about this. We're your people. That's what we do all day long. And we would love to see you over there. Please don't lose faith or hope. Those are the two things that we just can't afford at this time to lose. I know it's a tough time. I know it's hard. And when you're starting to feel really out of control, or when you're starting to feel, we're all feeling it, right? Ask yourself, what is the healthiest thing that I can do right now? For myself? That's a really good question to ask yourself during this whole time. What is the healthiest thing I can do for it? It might be going outside. It might be closing your computer. It might be picking up a paintbrush. It might be, there's lots of things. What's the healthiest thing that you can do? Please, please, please take care of yourself. Stay strong, stay flexible, and please reach out if there's anything that we can do or my team can do for you. We're here for you. We don't have to be alone through all this. So stay strong, people, and we'll be okay. We'll be okay, I promise. Hey, thanks for joining me today. I know how precious your time is, and I'm so appreciate you taking time out of your crazy day to be here with us. All the links for today's show can be found at wendybatten.com/podcast. We'd also like to invite you to come over and continue the conversation over on my free Facebook group. It's called Rockstar Creatives. I'm going to be popping in there live every week to continue the conversation, talk a little bit about what we spoke about today. And I'd love for you to join us over there, Rockstar Creatives on Facebook. I'd also love to ask, if it's not too much trouble, if you could leave me a review and let me know what you think of the podcast. If you're loving the show, be sure that you're subscribing to the podcast so you don't miss an episode. I'd hate for you to miss one. It's been such a pleasure to be here with you today. I'll see you next week here on the Creative Shop Talk podcast.